So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and jump back over to YouTube to confirm that we're now sending over our stream. So you see here that now we are live. Everything is ready to go. Excellent condition. You're going to see here that I can monitor my chat.
See what's the yo yo yo. Okay. All right, guys. So all right, so it's 5 minutes before. All right, guys. So all right, so it's 5 minutes before. So it's 5 minutes before. So testing, testing. All right. Those watching price here, nothing really to chase here. It's Friday. It's Friday, so my expectations aren't as high. Um, what you're looking at, this orange shaded area, really derives from the weekly chart. So we're gonna start from. Let's look at the weekly chart first. While we wait on time, on 9:30 opening. So let's do this here. There's a lot of stuff going on in this chart, but let me just hide everything here. Everything has a purpose. So on the weekly chart here, what am I looking at? I'm really looking at this fair value gap here. In fact, to keep it very simple, let's do this. I tend to have different layouts saved. For example, let's look at the long-term view on NASDAQ. So this just has my high time frame levels on there to avoid too much confusion. All right. So on the NASDAQ, again, we're going to start from a weekly basis. So you can see how I'm really viewing this chart here. So what do we have in price? Look at this orange shaded areas here. Just focus on the orange lines only this time around. We have this fair value gap here, here. So that's space between this candle's high and this candle's low. Let's consider a fair value gap. Meaning price just moved too quick there, and it only sell side took place. Only selling took place. Now we have some buying, but then the buying stopped here. So there has not been any candle or any buying within this range. Obviously, until now, we can see price has gravitated towards there. The logic behind that is that where there's fair value, I look at it as that's an area where the market had traded inefficiently, and therefore it will typically gravitate back to that area to trade efficiently, meaning there needs to be a balance of buying and selling within that area. So far we had the selling only. And we bought back all the way up to here, and that was it. Until now, we've had this candle trade in there. So high time frame level, we trade into this weekly level. Very, very significant. Do we just pile through it and go higher? That's a question that, needs to be answered. And you just gotta wait for the market to tell you what's going on. What we know for sure is that we are within this higher time frame level. And this could cause price to reject. I don't try to predict if the market is just going to overlap it. I wait for the market to do what it has to do. Right? We don't control nothing. We just have to watch, and then with the context, we react after that. So we're in this level here. And one thing to call out, if you look at the S&P, S&P. Look at S&P. Look how S&P has ran way above this high here. So S&P has already made new all-time highs. NASDAQ, on the other hand, this high is still in place, and we're trading to a fair value gap. That's why I was short yesterday. I was confident taking some shorts yesterday. Now, will today also present some shorts? No clue. I don't know. So this is the level we're looking at. We're in this fair value gap here. Okay. So these levels, the high of it, the low of it, and the midpoint, which I don't have highlighted here, are all important. All right. Also on the weekly chart, there was like a little volume imbalance right here. Look very closely here. There was no bodies that traded between this kind of close here. Then there was a little gap and open here. So there's a little gap in here, which is a volume imbalance. We of course traded through that. This is just what I was also watching based on the weekly level. And obviously down here, we have this fair value gap here. You see how price traded in here, took off, and then eventually we traded below it, but then came right back up, traded below it here, came right back up. So those are levels I was watching, but for today, I think the most significant levels are understanding that we are in a weekly fair value gap. The price is not just going to find ease going through here, right? We have to watch to see how price reacts. Let's go on a daily chart here. So I like to use green to depict my daily levels. I'm hoping I have my microphone. Okay, yeah. So on a daily chart, we have this daily volume imbalance here. Okay. Again, no candles traded through here. That's why it's called a volume imbalance. No candles, and also just no candles, no bodies traded between this range. You can see how price, again, used the area as resistance, dropped off, came back in here. You see how it tiptoed around it. Then finally, I think this candle kind of closed above it. And we're now seeing the push going higher and higher. And to close it, the last buying candles were here. So mentally, what I am thinking is I want to stay bullish as the market has been going up. I think there needs to be probably a push higher to get to the last area where there was some buying. Because you have to look at it this way. Or really, this low as well counts. So now it's confusing, but the last buying, right, within this range of price, right, before we had this displacement, this fair value gap between the sell-off here, right, where they're just selling. The last buying took here because price went higher here and then sold here. There has not been any buying between this candle's high and this candle's low. So we've already kind of filled in that range here with this buying here, and that's why I kind of rejected. But now my next question is, do we want to go to the bodies? Because this is where most of the volume is here on the buying right here. So the next question I'm asking myself, since I want to stay bullish, or I'm thinking bullish at least, is can we get to the 2667 level, 67.50, which will get to the bodies of last up close candles. That's what I'm watching. Okay. But I'm very, very in today right now, again, I'm flexible. If the market presents shorts, I'm gonna take shorts because I understand what's in the weekly higher time frame level. All right. So all we've been doing Monday, just bullish candles. 4 days of going bullish. No bearish days. We had an inside day right here, which is on Wednesday. But we've just been creeping into that weekly level. Traded almost close to the high. We fell short of it. We fell short of it. If you look on the lower time, we fell short of it. So I won't be surprised if we get a pump into there. So that's another thing. We didn't really touch the top of it. So the fact that we fell short, I think we could still go higher. So to keep it, I'm really trying to stick to bullishness. We also have this 4-hour fair value gap here between this candle's high and low. You can see how price has been dipping in there and not wanting to go lower. So it looks like once it's as a support, and it could push us higher. Okay. And then look on a 1 hour time frame. Yeah, I mean, this fair value gap here, see how that supported price. So I won't turn bearish on this thing fully unless we were to trade all the way down here. So it's just beyond this fair value gap. If we were to do that, then I'll know, of course, all these lows here, all these wicks, this whole area will be in jeopardy. But I just don't see them pushing price that aggressively today below this fair value gap. So this is where I would be bearish again. If it's to really trade below here, below this fair value gap, just the last line in the sand. If it is to do that, because this, why? Because this fair value gap to me supports this whole price higher, right? So this structure, this fair value gap starts filling. I'm not looking at the preceding structure. Like I'm looking at this right here, all of this. Because to me, it's like once the house starts falling, right, which is the last aggressive push higher. When that starts breaking down, I'm looking at the structure to the left of all of that. So I'm looking at the structure to the left of this whole fair value gap. And I'm watching out these, we have this liquidity pool here. The price probably gonna gravitate towards. And eventually all the way down here. But this is me talking about a bearish scenario. Okay, I'm just giving you scenarios here. As the market opens, it's gonna determine what we're gonna do. But to keep it simple again, I'm really trying to stick to being bullish. That's it. I think these highs are probably gonna get tagged. Okay. These highs are probably gonna get tagged. I think we need to see the top of this fair value gap. So I'm really watching how do we want to trade between this weekly level, the high of it, and the low of it. Okay. On a 15-minute chart. Now, in terms of what would make me go short today and target these lows? If price starts going lower, I'm watching this fair value gap right here. Let's draw it out. I don't want to draw this out as my high time frame chart. Let's draw it out. Clarity. If we are to go below here, right, and then I'm looking at, do we want to use this as resistance to then drive us lower to take out all of this liquidity? I feel like there's a lot of liquidity resting here below these lows as well. So the question is, do we want to drop lower first? Take out the liquidity. That's what I'm watching. I'm not just going to buy this already all the way up here. I like to buy in the put. If I'm going to buy at all, I want to see some type of pullback, right? Some type of drop a little before go higher. So I'm not just going to buy. So I'm giving you guys two scenarios. I know I'm giving you both sides of it. But I have to wait to see what price does. If something presents itself, I will press a button. I will press a button. That's not a question. If something nice presents itself. But since it's pre-9:30 opening, I'm just giving different scenarios that will dictate what I'll do. Right? So, or at least how I'm looking at the market before the market even opens. I'm watching very carefully. How are we going to trade around this area if prices start going back lower? If it goes below it, I might want to use that as resistance or expecting that active resistance and then drop us below this, all of that liquidity. That's just a take that I'm mentally. All right. One thing I do want to highlight, I don't want to get a chart too messy, but see, there's so many volume balance. There's one in between here as well. So I want to get a chart too messy. Let's just see how that looks. But just so you know, I have like 6 screens here. So on one of my screens, I am looking at high time frame level. So I'm not highlight this on a live stream, but just know I'm watching my high time frame charts as well. Let's look at this on 15 minutes. Yeah. So if we do get a run there, if we do get a run below here, I'm also going to watch, do we want to reject that? And start from high. Because this will be, that run will be into a higher time frame level. High time frame levels are the most important. So whenever price gets into a high time frame level, you want to pay attention to that level. We can't ignore it. Like it's there. Okay? It's there for a reason. There's a reason why we had price run up all the way here. If it fell short of this high in this weekly time frame, then we drop all the way lower. Okay? There's a reason why that happened, because we're in a high time frame level. So we want to respect it. You can see how price even here, we create a fair value gap, price trades to this level right here to the T, and we see it drop into what? That daily volume imbalance. And you see a reaction there. So you want to pay attention to all these levels. They're important. So even if we have a run lower, what can stop price from continuously going lower? This volume imbalance here on the daily chart. Okay? So I'm watching all of this, trying to dictate how I want to move before price even gets to where it gets to. So in the meantime, laying out the scenarios there. What is most important here? Now on the lower time frame, this fair value gap. I'm really watching that carefully to see if we want to go below it, or if we just want to run to it, treat that support and continue going higher. Because again, it also aligns with what? This weekly level. All right. So that's the news. That's the business on NASDAQ. If we do get a run higher, these highs are going to move right here. I think we're going to snatch that out. If we do want to get a run lower, it's going to be these lows here. Or these lows first, and then we want to see if we want to make a move towards here. But I think if we go below here, strong likelihood we're going to take this out. So until then, all you can do is just now watch what price is doing. Where do my charts go? Oh, they're right here. Let's do this. 15 minutes right here. So then, just watching. You can see that fair value gap I was telling you guys about right here. I'm watching that. There's also one I didn't mention, but there's one right here. I'm also watching that as well. But again, let's wait till 9:30 open to really to see. You want to be calm. You don't want to just rush and get into the market. So let's really just watch and see what price wants to do. And then let's put this to regular trading hours. Let's kind of see where we are. Okay. So from a regular trading hour perspective as well, you also have to realize it's black right here. Okay. So we still have this gap in price between this candle's high right here, this candle's close, and this candle's open. So that's from Wednesday through Thursday. So these are selling levels. I'm watching these levels. They can act as support and resistance. So we had a gap higher, opened here yesterday, and prices dropped. Okay. Dropped. And then it found its support right here. Which you notice this yellow lines here. This is from a 1 hour level. There's a fair value gap here. Show you right quick. Show you this on electronic trading. The 1 hour fair value gap right there. So you want to be able to toggle between regular trading hours and electronic trading hours. I know it's a lot, but like you have to understand, you're trading against the best in the world, right? You're trading against people that have been doing this for years, so you want to keep up with everything. There's no mercy in this shit. So you got to work for it. But from regular trading hour perspective, again, understand we have this gap in price. So we're watching this. Why is it important? This can again act as support and resistance. Everyone's looking at this. This gap exists. Now already has some closure with all this selling. So I won't be surprised if you're not want to match with buying and the potential take out these highs. Okay. So I really want to stick to bulls personally. I really want to stick to that. If I'm being real with you, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm sticking to a bullish move. Price just has to give me a nice entry. So I'm gonna highlight where we last closed, which is right here. I'm highlighting red. So new daily opening gap low. Now I'm gonna make it red. So that's where we last closed. Let's go back to electronic trading hours. See, I'm toggling between the two on the right corner of my screen, lower corner. Electronic trading hours. So again, we close. See this red line? That's where we closed yesterday. So we're up here now. So when 9:30 opens, I'm going to draw another line there to show where the gap is, if it exists. Because it could just, price could still gravitate towards here and then open there. But for now, we know that this is where we closed yesterday. Now we're trying to figure out where we're going to open today. Okay. So that's the business there. Let's just watch what price wants. There's nothing to do here again. Nothing at all to do. Let's just watch price. I really think that we're going to probably drop lower in this fair value gap here. Inverting fair value gap should give us a push higher. I really think so. Why do I think that? I think we already have messed up the lows, right? Like everyone else trying to go short. I mean, everyone else trying to buy this stuff. Even if you go all the way back here. I know NASDAQ didn't run lower, but let's look at what S&P did very quickly here. Let's go to compare. Where's my compare button? Right there. Let's search up the S&P. I'm just comparing the S&P. I have it below here. Let's make it a candle. I want to make it a candlestick chart. Let me do that again. Okay. So if you're comparing the two, you can see S&P already had an aggressive move lower, clearing out these lows. So price has really been made jagged on S&P. So I kind of internalize that as, okay, well, NASDAQ don't want to go lower. So it's also showing signs of bullishness here. Therefore, now where did they mess up the bulls last? As in people that want to buy. See, price is going higher up here. You can see how they ran lower. And then boom, ran lower, took people out there. And then price shot rally again, and then ran lower again. Boom, taking out some buyers here as well. So now we have this nice push, nice structure in price. I want to see how we can use this as support. If we're talking about the market maker buy model, which is what I'm kind of seeing here to an extent, I'm going to say we have only selling over here. Only selling. So I want to see if we can now have some buying take place. From a market maker buy model perspective, what I see is, I'm going to start right here actually. Price drops, 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 drops. So now I think we're making the structure where we're starting to turn higher. Okay. If we're around these highs here, yes, but I think the other highs is more of the appropriate targets. I don't think we should, this low should be taken out. That's what I'm looking at. Because I see that this, we have a smart money reversal. Then we have a low risk buy. And now I want to see if we're going to have a first accumulation phase. It's going to push price higher. So I would love to see us drop lower first and then start pushing higher. That's what I'm looking for. So until then, let's sit back, watch price. You have 7 minutes before 9:30 opening. The price here, nothing to do. Traders are going to want to try to press buttons right away when this market opens. If I'm being real with you, I don't know which way they want to press the button, right? I can argue that some might want to sell this. Some people might think the top is in play, right? Because they saw that this sell-off take place. And I can argue that there's buyers in here, right, that are happy. So you just have to watch and see what market does in 9:30. It's going to cause some type of movement that's going to make traders jerk one way, and then you want to do the opposite. You don't want to just press a button at 9:30. I'm just being calm here, watching when see what price decides to trick trades. And again, I don't have to trade today. If the market don't give me my setup, I'm not going to press a button. What am I looking for ideally? I want to see price drop below opening price. So below midnight opening, it could be below 9:30 opening. It could be below a 1 hour candle open. Like, I want price to drop lower first if I'm going to buy. If I was to sell, I would like price to be higher before I sell. All right, so I'm just not in a rush to do anything. I'm really relaxing. It's a Friday. We already had a decent week, and we just have to watch and see what the market gives us. No need to jump at every little glitch or tweak that the market does. The patience is the difference between traders that are good at what they do and those that are not. Patience, patience and acceptance. So I constantly work on that. Like when I'm in the gym, I'm constantly thinking about acceptance, meaning accepting my stop loss, right? Um, I'm constantly thinking about um, just doing, meaning if I see a setup, avoid hesitating, just take action. Constantly thinking of those things. That's what's on my mind mentally. So I prepare myself mentally every single day to be able to accept the L. And also when I see a setup, do not let my previous loss make me reluctant to take the trade. I'm also constantly thinking about cutting my trade size when I'm in a losing funk. So those little things, it's not about the setup, it's not about your strategy, it's really about how do you react when you're in the losing when you're on a losing streak. Are you going to over leverage and start trading harder? Or are you going to cut back and say, you know what, today's not the day? There's always going to be another trading day. You know, us as traders, the biggest thing is not giving back our money to the market. You can make the money, but giving it back is what separates everyone. So, are you going to give back or are you not going to give back? Or are you just going to keep rolling and making more? That's the real question. So I mentally always think about that. Oh, they're trying to throw me off right for the opening. Can't throw me off. Make sure I'm logging into the right accounts. Right. Cool. Right, about 30 seconds before 9:30 opening. Right, so we opened, and we opened right here. So that's our opening price. So we have a gap, right, between the red lines. Opening gap below, high. Okay. We open top to press buttons. I'm just playing. Time to buy. Oh goodness, no. Just watching price. Calm, collected. Pretty cold today. I was in Houston, Texas. Why is it cold? Why it's cold today? Today could be a good day, okay? So, just so y'all know, I'll talk about it when I want to talk about it. But I have like two other. So this is I'm trading right now a top tip funded account. Already passed the challenge, 150K account. I have two other accounts that are not looking bad. Two other, in the challenge phase. One needs $900 more to pass, and that's another. All of them are 150K accounts. One needs $900 more to pass. One needs $2,000 more to pass. Let's see if we can get the other two into a funded stage. And if we do that, I'll show you. If we don't, I won't show you. But I'm going to show you the progress. Eventually, going to get to funded stage. I'm confident in that. But the question, if it happens today, then I'll show you today on the live stream. Like, hey, look, this is what happened. I don't like talking about the money aspect of things, but whenever I feel the need to, I will. If I can motivate someone, then cool. So now it's dipped into that 50-minute fair value gap. Let's see if he wants to use that to springboard higher. See no bonus press. Just watch it. This time frame actually. Let's do this. Let's see this on both time frames. Current intervals and below. 2. Visibility on that. Cool. So one thing to point out, it did take out liquidity pool right here. So you see those lows right there? It'll take that out and hop to this 50-minute level that I think is bringing more price. That's just a call out right there. You notice how in that area, I'm not pressing a button. I'm just watching price. As much as I think that level can springboard price, I'm still watching. No button's pressed. Jacket is cold in here. So the first like 20 minutes of the market, some say 30. Kind of want to give that to like, let's just see something that really looks good. Depending on what you trade, then obviously you can take a press a button. But like the first, ideally like until 9:50 New York time, you just want to see what they're gonna do. How are they gonna, make traders? It's probably gonna drop lower a little bit more. But how are you gonna make traders? How do they want to pick traders? Like what way are they pushing traders towards? Are they pushing towards trying to go short? They want to do the opposite, or are they pushing them towards going long? They want to do the opposite. Typically, that's what happens. Probably gonna drop the price a little bit lower here. So to the left of my chart, I'm also watching like the 1-minute chart and other lower time frames. So what I see is a fair value gap price. It's gonna push the price lower. One more time. And I don't know how low it's gonna push it, but there we go. So far, I can see how traders could see this as two things happening here. Price broke higher, right, on on this. Some people want to go long as breakout traders. So they went long, then they backdoor, probably put a stop loss below here. The price has now ran that out. And some traders now are thinking, okay, it looks like the market wants to go lower now. This might be some type of a double top or some type of resistance level, especially all these wicks. So now people are going to want to go short. That's how I'm mentally thinking about this. Now we trade into this inversion fair value gap right here. The question is, what do we do from there? See this thing melting. Let's see. I see my crystal ball. Oh yeah, it's probably gonna melt actually. I won't be surprised if it takes out 650 low. If it goes below here, that's probably what's gonna happen. These lows look like they're in jeopardy right here. Unless we get some type of bounce back, but start doing this. If we start dropping lower, then hey, we might want to see if these lows might be in the ticket. But so far, keep watching. Price is still within this 50-minute fair value gap. You just hit an order block, in my opinion, right here on a 15-minute time frame basis. Let's see if it can get through that or not. I think it won't get through it, but let's keep watching. Still have not pressed the button. It's good for a buy right now, honestly. Oh. Really good for a buy. Where's my mouse? Let's test out some buys here. Okay. I wonder why I take these buys again. Oh, it's not looking good anymore. Looking at the lower time frames here. So let me be watching this one. This leg wants to melt some more. All right. So my stop loss, I'm just gonna put it right here. First attempt at getting some buys today. It looks like coming from my lows. I'm just gonna get out physically. Trying to put my stop loss in without. Okay, cool. This is wrong with my stop loss right here. Trade, sell, stop right here. Don't really like this buy anymore. It looks like they want to come for the lows. But let's just put it right here. And bear with me, I have like other accounts I'm trading, so I have to like literally flip through them. Just stop loss in on the other accounts. 5315. It's probably gonna drop lower. So what would have been more ideal? So watch that first 15-minute candle have closed. You know, and then made a decision. We have 3 more minutes. I think it wants to push out of it. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna tell you why in a second. There's all these time frames. Okay, so let's look very closely here. On my executions. Let me for that. Okay, so what I'm really looking at here is the 5-second chart. Hopefully, let's see. So 5-second chart right here. I was looking at this order block right here. Price pierced through it, but it's also one right here. So I was looking at this, how we started to turn around here. And again, I want to be long today. So I started to see the structure, we went higher, breaking this structure, and then we retraced. So that's why I got in for these buys. Let's see if it plays out. We have 2 more minutes. I ideally want to see this 15-minute candle close higher within this inversion fair value gap range. It looks like it won't though. Yeah, it looks like it might just go for these lows again. Okay, it's going for the lows. It's definitely gonna go for the lows. So I'll let it knock me out. That's what stop loss is there for. Let it do its job. If it wants to knock me out, then fine. I don't like the price action anymore on the 5-second chart. It's more than likely gonna drop lower again. Well, let's watch. In the 15-minute time frame, this is what we're really paying attention to. But I was basing my stop off of this order block right here. So just move it 1 bit right there. But I don't like all this price action. I would rather have price stay up. So again, let's just see how this 15-minute candle closes. 30 more seconds. Look to the left of the chart till that closes. I want to see it close within this 15-minute inverted fair value gap. But fair value gap level. If it closes outside of it, then we're probably going to keep pushing lower. So a better option would have been wait till that 15-minute candle closes. Okay, so it closed within there, which is a good thing. But I want to see price leave this area aggressively. I think a lot of people, I don't want to see leave this area aggressively. That's all I want to see. It needs to leave this a little aggressively. Let's see how it looks on the 5-minute time. So again, I like how it closed within here. It didn't close outside of it. All right. Again, people are short here. They have their stop loss up here. So look on the 5-minute time. Let's see how that looks. I want to see us push aggressively higher. Sorry, you might hear my dog bark. Hey, Philosophy. Something. Stop that. You want to stop that? Sorry about the barks, but so we also have equal highs up here. Colossal, stop that. We have equal highs up here, so we want to see if the price wants to push aggressively higher. But we need to start moving away. I want to see us start moving away. Okay. But it's based on the 5-second chart. You know, my stop loss is right here. Yeah, our price got close to it. I want to see it move away because I don't like these lows, if I'm being real. We're trying the lower time frame thing is you're gonna see equal bottoms like these, and it gets uncomfortable until price really moves away from it. But I'm not risking much, but like 25 points. So it's like $250 risk. Oh. I'm just watching price, see if it wants to push out its level or if it wants to make another dive lower. This volume imbalance. So notice again, we're touching the low end. Where's my mouse? It disappeared. We're touching the low end of the weekly fair value gap, which is shaded orange area. So notice how I created a volume imbalance right here. See this right here? And notice how this is a 5-second chart. Notice how price went there and rejected. So that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. Creates a PD array right at the low end of the weekly fair value gap. Let's see. I like how we're moving here. These highs are in jeopardy. Those highs are in jeopardy. Remember the higher time frame level. We're probably gonna go from, if we are to get this push higher, we're probably gonna go from the low end of this fair value gap on the weekly chart all the way to the top of it. That's what I'm expecting. So that'll take us somewhere to 25.50. That's what I'm expecting. Okay. So we're at maybe a 200-point run. We could probably see that today, but let's keep watching. Obviously, price is still, but I'm watching this level right here. I like how we rejected that. Again, we're, in my mind, a lot of traders are short right now. A lot of traders are short, so dang, look at that movement higher. Look, it's about to push, knock them out. 5-second chart. I'll try this at home. This is all demo. Okay. Sit back and watch. Remember, I told you guys I wanted to be a buyer if price drops below the opening price. So 9:30 opening is again up here. We drop below that, so that got me interested in buying. We go to that 15-minute fair value gap. I told you guys how I want to see it act as support. If it does, then we can probably push higher, and we see the reaction. That's why I was keen to go on a lower time frame and take an entry. So I think the trade looks good now. I ideally do not want to see get outside of this fair value gap anymore, the weekly level. Let's go on a lower time frame, see if there's any other entries we can take. That's one I see here, but I'm going to be careful. I'll keep pushing from here. At this point, you're in a trade. There's nothing else you can do. Yes, you can manage your stop loss, may move it higher. That's the best you can do. But or you can close the position if you get too scared. I'm just gonna watch and see how this one wants to gravitate higher. I think people are not. I mean, think about it. The market open went lower yesterday and had an aggressive move lower. Today opens goes lower again. So what is in the memory of most traders? The open went lower. Today's gonna do the same thing. Okay, that's how I'm thinking about it. Now it's hit the levels we were expecting. Wasn't the game plan, and it showed a sign of rejecting. So I'm gonna stick to that. A lot of traders are short now. They're likely to run this price higher. I want to say they sway traders lower, and that's what they're chasing. So I want to be a contrarian and do the opposite. Now again, if we start going outside of this fair value gap on a weekly chart right here, price starts going outside of here, and then I think these lows are in jeopardy for sure. Let's don't extend this out. Something. So look at that volume balance against supported price again. So again, I don't want to see this price start going outside of this level. That's not a good sign for us. Well, for me. You're probably here selling. Probably in here selling. I'm in here buying. Hoping I take this L. Here to tell you, your hopes are going to be shattered. Let's keep watching price. I don't think this stuff wants to go lower, personally. Personal opinion here. Look at a 5-second chart to the right. It moves so quick. Just do those highs look safe on the 5-second chart? I don't think so. I think you get a lot of knowledge from looking at the seconds chart. It shows you how price reacts over and over again. Look how it looks like it wants to go lower. But those highs on the I'm just looking at the 5-second chart to the right. That's the target right now. It's enticing people to want to go lower with aggression instead of price moving. So imagine this was any other time frame. This is what it does. I'm watching very closely here. And again, remember, I don't have much at risk. Literally. Okay, so I don't like how price is moving at this point. It needs to pick up its stem higher. Okay. So push higher here. No resistance. Okay, I don't like that. Me no likey that. Okay, in the cards, they could still run this lower again. They could. Just get around lower. I'll just go in there and take another buy. If it does it. If I feel like the buys are still in the cards. Okay. I don't like how price is acting here. I think it could drive lower again aggressively. Look how it's respecting this fair value gap here. So I don't like. So it could take this out over time. Okay, we just took out these lows. on the 5-second chart. Does someone now use that to springboard higher? I don't like this. These lows look like they're in jeopardy, for sure. Yep. Yep. Oh, this right here, gonna be taken. Stop loss like to get hit now. There you go. All right. So that's the business there. First blood. All right. So they've disrupted. I want to see them take this low out too, though. Now let's go back to. Let's go back to 15-minute time frame here. I'm still not swayed to go short here. I'll take that. So let's go back. So this is how I reset. I'll go back to the 15-minute, 5-minute chart, and I just wait. So that obviously didn't play out. I think probably go a little bit lower here, but I'm still just not swayed to be a seller here. I just can't do it right now. Watch how this 15-minute looks like it wants to close, right? It looks like it wants to close below this. So that could be enticing. We've ran higher. We dropped. Let's see this 15-minute candle closes below this. Let's watch that. So no, it's still refusing. I've been better off. I actually want to see these lows get taken out right here. But it's refusing on a 15-minute time frame to close outside this. Is there news that I just missed? Sad if I missed news. Oh, news just dropped actually. Interesting. So again, remember, keep in mind it's Friday. Price have not done nothing so far. If I was more of like a just a 15-minute time frame trader, I'll just be buying here. I have my stop loss below here and expect price to push higher. So I'll take another trade here. So ugly, but I can see a buy taking place. Very rare price action. Plus, getting here, my stop loss is so tight. Nothing. Might gonna be another sell off again. I really would have rather have seen them this low. See a sell off taking. I really could see a sell off taking off here. You can't force it. No worries. Everything is gonna be alright. No worry. I missed it. I missed it. I missed it. I missed my buys. Come back, baby. Do me like that. How's that? I thought we cool. I thought it was cool, man. You do me like that. It's moving. Just give me a second. Try to get in these buys real quick, man. It's really moving unfairly now. No, don't just go there. Give us a chance for a second. Come back. Come all the way back. All the way back. Some more. There you go. Play fair. Holding off on that entry. Okay, is this or nothing? If this don't play out, I still don't want it. This is not looking too good. It's not looking good at all. It's probably gonna be a sell, guys. Oh, I can't do sales, but I see the sales happening. Just can't do it. Can't do it, man. It looks good though. If we're selling, okay, this is minimum risk. If we were to sell right here, trying to get me to sell this thing, man. Looks really good. We selling now. All right, the stop loss is gonna be very tight. Right here. I won't be surprised if they very tight stop loss. Yeah, see, this is exactly why they want to sell. These markets, they know what they're doing. All right. So that's why I made a very, very minuscule risk. So if you look today, so far, $400, nothing crazy. So we're gonna sit back on this Friday. This is what Friday does. It likes to tease you into doing shit that you know you shouldn't be doing. So let's just sit back. All right. If it's not clear, then we're not taking it. We're not taking it. If you look on the 5 minute chart, there's really nothing clear here. All this dancing around, it's really giving me a Friday lackadaisical type of market. Um, so I'm just gonna sit back. I really want to get into buy instead. Nothing has shown me sells, so I'm just gonna let it play. I took two trades there, two scratches there. So you're seeing a lot. This is like what price does. Like when there's all this 50-minute level here, it hasn't been confirmed. So the trade I took, the buys were solid. I still stand by those buys. But the sells, one is strongest. It's just I can see price dropping lower one more time. Doesn't have to do it. The sell would be more solid if we already traded outside the 50-minute fair value gap and closed. So let's just keep watching. If it gets anything again, I'll take it. But so far, this is a very nonchalant market. So the framework I'm working with mentally, again, it's along like this. Just like this right here. Boom. Pretty much, I don't want price to go below here. Mentally, that's how I'm looking at it. But it needs to give me an entry, and I want price to do this. So some can say, why don't you just take a buy? And that's a great question. It's not really that much of a risk. I could just take a buy and just hold it. Don't worry. Such a teaser. This is one probably you are better off just taking a buy and just holding it right, like in here. If you're using this framework right here. That's 50-minute order block right here. This is the framework I'm thinking of right now. Super ugly Friday price action. So you could take that buy and really, I mean, it's not a bad entry because you'd be holding for a move all the way up here. There's like a 240-point run. And that's a nice risk reward if you think that's what price is gonna do. It's not a bad risk reward. You'll be risking 30 points to get 200. That's a 1 to 7. $2. dollars doing? Dollars. $1 billion. Put on 2 contracts here and just hold. I'm just buying based on the framework I outlined here, so I'm just gonna put in 2 contracts and hold that. It is what it is. Oh wow. Oh, and I have multiple accounts. I want to buy 2 more right there. Digging in deep. Where we at? I'm gonna buy 1 more. Okay, so now I'm gonna put my stop loss right here. So I'm gonna use the framework I've been outlining, and let me put this. Here. 5. Why did I take that even to add more positions? It ran lower and S&P not do the same. So this is exactly what I want to see actually. So I'm gonna put it below the stop loss, right before below the fair value gap right here. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. So S&P, so this low right here. This run lower was not seen on the S&P 500. I'm being real with you. I don't like this lows rest here though. It's very sexy. We'll take it. But yeah, it looks very sexy for it. They might just run into the small shit. Gives me a chance I might just get out and wait. I don't like that actually. Being too hasty here. Let's see. So I really want to see price per shot here. I really do want to see price per shot. Colosso, please stop that. Colosso, go home. Go home. Stop it. Go home. Go home. Go home. My dog's crazy. Okay. So at this point, we don't feel comfortable in any side of this market, so I'll be real with you. Still like buys, but I don't feel comfortable anymore. I really just don't. Because there's just a lot of money resting below here too. Like they might as well run that out as well. If I was them. My stop loss in my other accounts. But if I was them, I'll run the stops out. Unless we see some type of bullish, aggressive move, boom, that pushes price higher, which what I'm expecting, but it's taking too long. It's taking too long to show me that. Too long to show me that. They're gonna stay lower. It's inevitable at this point. Oh, there you see it. So I am off today. Unless we get an aggressive push higher, which I just don't. I don't know. We need to get an aggressive push higher. If not, this is Friday. Give me some of your profit back type of trade. Thing is, S&P. The only thing I'm hanging on is that the S&P 500 is not making these lower lows, and we still haven't closed yet outside this 15-minute fair value gap. We only wicked lower. This candle still has 9 minutes to go, but I don't like these lows here. I'll make the assumption they should run it out. Only thing again is the fact that S&P is not running lower. So I'd rather be bullish because right now everyone is selling for sure. Everyone's selling for sure. I like to be conservative. But you can be contrarian too soon. That's the only killer. Being a contrarian is like if they want to run these lows first, I think there's nothing wrong. Easy just take another trade. Also, you don't over leverage. But if they run this low first, if that's what they want to do first before moving higher, that's the only issue I'm having mentally. Or at least that's what I'm thinking. But the good signs is we're seeing SMT, meaning S&P 500 is not running, making these lower lows. When that's happening, price can tend to reverse completely, retrace or reverse all the way completely. Okay. So it's looking a little good now. It's looking good. S&P 500 just make a higher high. If that's the case. I felt very short, but cool. Okay. The S&P 500 is very close to making a higher high. On Nasdaq, it's still shitting bricks. You see Nasdaq pop, man. Pop. And it's 5-second chart. So one, want to see this 15-minute candle close again inside this fair value gap here. That's ideally what we want to see. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna change this to a 1-minute time frame and 5-second chart. That's really what I'm looking at. So it's a 1-minute time frame. It's to the left now. So I got a 5-second chart. So again, at the close of the next 5, we want to see where we want to see price close within this 15-minute level. So we're gonna watch that on a 1-minute chart. So by 10:30, we want to see price within this area. That'll be the close of that 15-minute candle. So S&P just made a high. This is not good. Nasdaq needs to literally like give me an aggressive move higher for me to still feel strong about this. S&P literally just made a higher high. I want to see a Nasdaq pop. Has to push through all of this resistance. I need to move my stop loss to right here at this point. It's either gonna go or it's not. Taking my downside because I just don't like this anymore. Yes. Nasdaq needs to literally just pop higher if we're to have any hope here, because S&P is ready all the way up in the sky. Nasdaq's still down here struggling. That's not showing any sign of strength. It needs to really push aggressively. Yesterday, Nasdaq was the stubborn one. Now, I mean, it was the stubborn one, meaning going higher. The rest weren't. Now S&P 500 is pushing higher. US 30 is going way higher, and Nasdaq is over here being like a daisy. So 2 more minutes before that 15-minute candle closes. So again, like what I see is everyone's gonna have their stop loss above here. This market has been going down. Stops could be up here. They already ran these stops on S&P. Nasdaq is just being very reluctant to do it the same. I want to see some aggression here. Just start teeing up. If we start teeing up, we're going way higher. Okay. There we go. Now we're talking. We need to see a push. Keep going. Don't stop it. So 1 more minute before that 15-minute candle closes. I do not want to see this thing close outside of that 50-minute fair value gap low, which is labeled here. I don't want to see that. I want to see a push. It's not good if it does that. Oh, it's not good. Yeah, it's not looking good. Mm-mm. It's not trying to push. It's not good. I don't like that. Abort mission. So without it pulling it in us up, I just had to abort the mission. I'm just uncomfortable with it. Price is not trying to give me what I want to see here. It's showing me that it wants to be weak today. It wants to be super weak today. So at this point, we could go short. It's already moving quick. Go back to the 5-minute chart. So it's closed outside of that 15-minute level I was telling you guys about. And you can see how price is not gravitating lower. I don't think it wants to go higher today. I just don't see it happening anymore. So it was a good call to get out. So this one 30 seconds. It's so fucking ugly, bro. So ugly today. Friday. You must love Fridays, huh? Fucking Friday. Let's go on the 10-second chart, see if there's anything for us here. Only thing I see is a sell right now with a stop loss above here. And since I've been off my game today, if I am to take a trade, it'll be less risk. Like, it's going to go back above here. If it does, let's see. And I'm going to reduce my risk to 3 contracts. That's about it. It shouldn't go above those highs. If it does, then we are out. It's hard when you have so many fucking accounts. You gotta like joggle through all this shit. I'm just at one more contract. That's more quality. We're not risking much. Only 10 points. Stop loss in place. Again, if it goes above here, obviously we're done. This markets don't want to do shit today. Definitely want to go higher. That's what it's told me. So I'll put my stop loss in here. Again, on my accounts. Okay, cool. My stop loss in. So now we can see again. So close out that 15-minute fair value again. About telling you guys about. There's a lot of chart moving around, but like, listen, it closed. So I'm gonna erase some areas, some levels here. It closed outside of this 15-minute fair value gap. So now sticking with the game plan, I'm gonna go short here and expect price to go lower and lower. But again, this price has been very lethargic, very just not trying to do shit. Okay, so I'm gonna erase this level too. I don't really care about this level as much. This here. Okay. So at this point, I want to see run all the way below here since no one's play games. But again, very, very Friday back and forth price action. 2319.25. Stop loss in place. Dollar bill, y'all. All right, so sales it is. Let's see how low we can go. You see all that shit? So we have more clarity. Once again, that 15-minute candle close outside. Sorry, he immediately got out the trade. And now I'm flipping to sales based off a 10-second chart. We've taken out these lows, and that could be it. That could be the trade. It's fucking Friday. So at this point, I'm not super excited about these markets today. I'll tell you that. It's Friday price action. This is what I mean when people say it's Friday or ICT says Friday. It does a lot of dumb stuff. Not really trying to go anywhere. A lot of back and forth for no reason. Yeah, just took out some liquidity pool, and that could just be all we wanted to do. So we're watching very closely. And now I can just close out this trade here. Like, I'm not excited about anything price is doing right now. I mean, let me close this out because I really don't care. Price is doing right now is gruesome. Okay, if we go outside this fair value gap here, I'll close. We go outside this one. I'll close. Save me peace of mind. Dollar bill, y'all. See that? Still don't like that. Close. I don't like what price doing at all. This is just rubbish. It's just not. It's Friday. This is you're seeing the struggle. Like price doesn't go anywhere at all. It's not excited to go anywhere. It's literally just bouncing around left and right. My last trade here, I know I've said this like 3 times, but this would be my last one for real. Is these buys right now. If these buys don't play out, then yes, I'll really handle the booth for real. Dollar bill, y'all. I'm gonna put my stop loss right here. Okay. And this is the last one for real because all price has done so far, it just took out this liquidity pool. So now we are probably prompt to go higher. I was about to let it go, but I just don't see them structurally moving price lower, lower, and lower without taking out someone on the upside. This is gonna be another addition right here if you're strongly enticed by the bulls today. All right, this should be it, bro. If this doesn't go, bro, and again, I'll close this stream out. If this doesn't take us to where we need to go, then I'm out. So what did price do? It ran out here. This is liquidity pool. All this shit is what it ran. So now it should be free to really go higher. If it's serious. Now we have a 5-minute order block right here. To me, these highs should be in jeopardy. They should be taken out. I want to give you a 1-minute view instead of a 5-second. We're gonna go with a 1-minute view. If price starts moving aggressively away. It needs to push though. Sometimes you can know when prices do something like for example the sales I was in. First of all, the buys I was in. When I saw that the 15-minute chart closed below that, immediately switched to sales, and then took out liquidity. Yes, I didn't take profit, but then it started going higher. I got out again. So just taking minor scratches, which of course you don't get, pieced up by 1,000 cuts. Obviously, you can still bleed out, but taking very minor scratches. I didn't take full stop losses there. So um, it still affords me the ability to take these longs. If something goes left on this one, I'll just be out because it's obvious that price is being very lackadaisical in its approach and wanting to go higher or lower. It's just really back and forth, back and forth. I only took this specific bias because one, I wanted to be bullish to begin with, and we actually found it took out poor liquidity that was in price 9:30 opening. So 9:30 open up here, and it seems like we just ran lower to take out this liquidity pool, and now we found reversed, and we're given a 5-minute order block right here that should support price. If it starts acting foolish, I'm gonna be out and done for the day. Let's look at the 30-second view. I like this 30-second view better actually. Show you what I'm looking at as well. This question is, what does acting foolish look like? Well, if price does not honor this inversion fair value gap, as it starts breaking below that, I'll be gone. Unless you get respected. There's one right here too, little fair value gap, so I could leave it. If it goes in here, I'm just watching these fair value gaps. If price does not show respect to these levels, I'll just be out at this point. So I think my stop loss appropriately placed, and make sure I have it on my other charts. Right, shit, it's not it. No speed, no enthusiasm, nothing. Just super like this. Start focusing on this. Yeah, I don't like this at all. I'm just gonna close this out. Oh, you trying to get greedy with me? Marks are playing so many fucking games. It's not close out. You want to move? You pussy. What a pussy. What a pussy. Thumbs up. Closing out, look at one, close out, I guess. Whatever. This is not a good day. This is a terrible, terrible, terrible day. Okay. It's not good at all for price. All right. So you see me get hit by 1,000 cuts here. I'm gonna close the stream here. So this is not. This was Friday. It cut me up. I got caught up in the frenzy. So you can see 700 loss, which is nothing crazy for me. At least I can cover all that. But this is Friday. Look at all the wicks. It's done too much damage for me to continue here. It's very ugly. This is hard. Very hard markets. All these wicks and stuff. So that's a way to open the stream. Good way to open the stream, Casey. So, anyways, all these wicks not good for price. I don't even know what price was at this point. Does it want to go lower? Perhaps. Does it want to go higher? Who knows? It's Friday. This and all this. You can see all these wicks back and forth. It's not easy price action at all. Now, on previously, I would have been down full margin, like $3,000. I'll be down $3,000 because I'll be trying to do risk everything just to try to get some money. But this is just a lot of back and forth. It's literally, you know what price wants to do. So you can see how it is. Like, and I've been having very successful weeks thus far. But sometimes there's a storm that is just there. You don't know what you're doing. Our price doesn't want to give you anything. It's not even giving anyone anything. It's not like I can say, okay, I was wrong because price has a major sell off. It really is just dancing. You know, just dancing. What do you do with this? Right? That's the question. And the real answer is really nothing. So I just want just watching. I'm gonna close this out shortly here. But let's just see this inversion fair value gap. This one here, if that holds up and just keeps dropping price lower, it's probably what's gonna happen. That seems like the most reasonable at this point. This inversion fair value gap here, the one I mentioned at the beginning of the stream. You might want to move away from that and target its lows. That seems like what they want to do, but they're not doing it in a quick fashion. It's been very, very ugly. So it's not, and again, every day's not going to be an easy salad day. It's good to know, like, at least have an idea of what days could cost that. It's days like Friday, right? Especially being that price has hit its target for the week. Like, it ran into a weekly fair value gap. Look on the daily chart. Like, what was the price objective for the week? Well, let's go to this chart, my bad, because this chart is clear for you guys. Its objective for the week starting, where's the money start? Monday. So once the objective is met, you could hit the sidelines. So Monday, price objective for the week was to gravitate into its fair value gap. And it's done that. So it's completed its mission for the week. And on top of that, it's Friday. So that could lead to wonky price action that you see here. All this extra back and forth. Price already went to do nothing, just consolidating, chopping people up, which you saw it chop me up today. You can see all these wicks can tell you like they really are not doing shit, but just making people go long and short, and getting chopped up, which happened to me today. So it's one of those days. Not every day is beautiful. Some days are going to be very, very tough. It's how you navigate. And then when you call quits, could have called quits earlier. I will say the last trade I took was really unnecessary because I already determined, even though I started rejecting, I already got out, right? There's no need for me to get back in. The expectation that price is going to keep going higher. It's showing its hand that doesn't want to do shit today, but just drive people nuts. Like even the 5-minute time frame. Look at all this wicks. Can't do nothing with this. So that calls out. I'm going to end the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you got something valuable, then drop a like, drop a comment, and I'll talk to you next time.